Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Okay, great guys, amazing. Good evening everyone, good evening. How are you guys? Good evening everyone, how are you guys? Is everybody fine? Is everybody great? Please let me know. Fine, good, great. Amazing, guys, amazing. So, without any delay, let's get a quick revision about yesterday's class. So, could you guys let me know what have we studied in our yesterday's class, guys? Okay, could you guys let me know what have we studied about in our yesterday's class? I'm also great, guys. Thank you so much for asking. So what have we studied in our yesterday's class, guys? We started with Node.js, right? We also learned about some of the basic Linux commands that are there. We learned about npm as well, right, guys? Good. Anything else that we have studied in our yesterday's class, guys? Anything else that we have studied in our yesterday's class? We learned a little bit about Express.js as well yesterday, right? Just an introduction to Express.js. Basic idea of Express.js as well. That is also something that we have done yesterday. We also looked at the file system module of Node.js, right? Great. Awesome. So what we are going to do today is we are going to continue with that. We are going to learn about practical implementation of Express.js. We're going to start with a hello world of Express.js, guys, today. Okay. We're going to start with a hello world of Express.js because we got an introduction to Express.js. We understood that, okay, this is a framework that makes the backend code much more easy for us to implement, right? So to look into it from another perspective, we are going to create a hello world in today's class, guys. Okay. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. So without wasting any more time, let's get started with our today's class. So we'll be using the same. Okay, yeah. Let me just reload it. So we're going to use the same repellent from yesterday. We are not going to use anything new. Okay, we are going to use the repellent itself from yesterday, the index.js that we created yesterday. The shell, so it is basically loading the environment for us. It has already been loaded for us. So now we can get started with it. We are not going to use code sandbox. So I'm just removing it from my screen. I will open up your chat on the left hand side of my screen itself so that I'm able to see it much more clearly. And on the right hand side, I'm going to have my repellent. Good. So once I have done this, let us open up Express. Okay, we'll open up the official documentation of Express, guys. Okay, we are going to open up the official documentation of Express. Just have a search for Express.js on Google. The first particular link, as you're able to see, is expressjs.com. This is the official website of Express.js, guys. So as you're able to see, fast and opinionated minimalistic web framework for Node.js. So this is what we are going to use, and we are going to go into getting started and then into installing. Okay, getting started and then into installing itself, guys. So yesterday we had initialized our npm. Do you guys remember that? Please let me know. Initialized our npm. Do you guys remember it? Please let me know. We dig up the hole inside of which we are going to fix up our tree. Do you guys remember it, or have you guys forgotten about it? Yes, the first step of having any package, adding any kind of package to our npm module itself is by installing it, right? That is what we did with our yesterday's npm module as well. So yesterday we saw the npm module of supervillains. Okay, in a similar way, we'll first install our express module itself. As you're able to see, the code for that is very simple: npm install express, right? Npm install express, guys. We are going to do that. Let us open up our shell and let us try to write it down. Okay, so npm install express. Okay, as simple as that, guys. Npm install express, guys. This is way similar to what we have done yesterday. Just like our supervillains package itself, we are doing it the exact same. We are not changing anything right over here, guys. So npm install express, let us just install it right over here. So if there is any problem, it will let us know. But right now it is working absolutely fine. We are facing no issues whatsoever. Guys, there's no lag from my end. If there is a lag, it is from your end itself. Okay. From right now, there is no lag from my end. As you are able to see, my kbps is absolutely perfect. So there is no lag from my end, guys. If there is a lag, there is a problem with your internet, please fix it up. From my end, there is no buffering, there is no lag with my audio. Okay, so from your end, okay, if there is any lag, please make sure that you are getting over it, because from my end I'm able to see that there is no lag whatsoever from my end. Okay, so if there is, I will get to know immediately about it. Because there is no lag from my end, please make sure that your internet is perfect. Okay, so like I said, guys, we have installed our express package right over here. Okay, once we have installed the express package, the next particular step is get into the hello world example itself. Okay, let's get into the hello world example. So again, just like our normal spectrum itself, the first particular thing is to require the express package, guys. Okay, just like yesterday, we need to go and require the package that we have installed right now. And that is very simple, guys. So const express is equals to require express. Okay, as simple as that, guys. The first particular thing that we are doing right over here is to require express. Now somebody is asking what is express.js. That we have already talked in our previous class. So if you have not attended that class, please make sure that you are attending the classes on time properly. Okay, because otherwise you would not be able to understand the concepts right over here. So if you have still not watched yesterday's class, I will definitely suggest rewatching it and revising it before coming to the next class. Like I've already said, guys, const express require express is something that we have done yesterday itself. This is nothing new, right? Just a npm package, we installed it, we required it right over here, right, guys? Please let me know. This is from yesterday itself, right, guys? No issues whatsoever. Please let me know, guys. This is from yesterday itself, right? There's no issues whatsoever with this. Great, awesome, guys. The next thing that we have to do is, from here things will be a little bit new for you. Okay, up till here whatever we have done is the same that we have done till yesterday. There's nothing new in this. There's nothing great about it. This is something that we have done yesterday. From now onwards, whatever code that we are going to write, it is going to be completely new for you. Okay, so just try to make sure that you are listening to me very carefully and you will be able to understand everything. If you are coming to the class without revising yesterday's class, then yes, it will be a big problem for you guys. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is we want to create an app. Okay, we are going to create another constant called as app that is going to contain the call to this express module itself. Okay, instead of writing express again and again, okay, so every time I want to use a new method or a new module from express, I will have to write express, then dot, and then the module that I want to use. I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the entire express module itself and save it into a app. Okay, save it into a constant call as app. Again, name this constant as anything. You can name it as Shaurya, you can name it as simplified, you can name it as Sarthak, whatever you want to name it as, you can name it as that. But the conventional way to name it is calling it as app. For example, millions of people are using Express.js, right? So whatever most of the programmers have come together to finalize that, okay, this is the name that we are going to put for right over here to call a express constant. We are going to call it as an app because you are creating an application itself. So const app is equals to a call to express, express express, and then we are going to call it. Okay, so this is what I'm doing right over here. I've created a const called as app that is going to contain the express call right over here, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? As you're able to see right over here as well, they have also created a const called as app, inside of which we have called the express module. Okay, are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Amazing, guys, amazing. Now what we are going to do is we are going to create a app.get method itself. Okay, we're going to create an app.get method. So whenever this app, this backend application that we are creating is getting a get request, okay, whenever this app that we are creating is getting a get request to it, so this is the backend code, guys. This is the backend code, right? So the backend basically handles these requests that are coming up to you guys. Let us remove it. Let us leave it up till now. Okay, we'll get back to the get request once again. First, we'll make sure that our app is able to listen on a port. Now, what do I mean by that? See, try to understand it. Let me open a paint for you guys. Let me open a paint for you guys. Like I previously explained, your backend is nothing else but just a piece of code, right? Your backend is nothing else but just a piece of code. That code cannot run on the air, right? It cannot remain on the air. It needs a computer to run upon, and that computer is what we refer to as servers, right? So for example, if this is your code itself, let me draw a particular gear-like icon. Okay, my drawing is not that great, but I hope that you guys are able to understand that this is an icon-like structure, a gear-like structure itself. Okay, so this is like a gear-like structure. This is our code that we have written right over here. This code remains on a server, right, guys? This code remains on a server itself. Now, when it is getting a request, any kind of request, or it is responding back, how does the server identify that it is getting a request or a response? Okay, so for that it uses ports to interact with the outside world. Your computer requires ports to interact with the outside world itself. For example, you are using a keyboard, you are using a monitor, okay, you are using a screen, you are using Wi-Fi. Okay, so for that you are having a network card that basically enables your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth. So for your computer to interact, your hardware to interact with the outside world, it has something called as, it has a lot of thousands of ports on the computer itself. Now these ports are always in use for one particular thing to another. For example, your keyboard, your monitor, your Wi-Fi card, your Bluetooth card, all these different things that are there, right? For that you require these ports to interact with the outside world, guys. Okay, so in a similar way, your backend as well, your backend code as well utilizes one of these ports. So there are so many ports, it will utilize one of these ports to interact with the outside world. So your backend is able to only work upon this particular port itself, guys. So to always keep on listening to this particular port to get any information whether somebody is wanting to talk to you or not. Think about this port as a mobile phone. Okay, think about this port as a mobile phone for the backend code. The backend code will be continuously listening on that particular port itself. That okay, a request has come in. Now I need to respond back to it. Okay, a get request is coming in, a post request is coming in. So all that requests and responses that are going to happen is going to happen through that port itself. Now, like I said, there are multiple ports in a computer that are getting utilized for various different use cases itself. A port that is already in use, you cannot use that once again. Okay, your backend cannot work on a port that is already in use. You need to find a free port. Right? Every single computer, okay, in every single computer itself, you are having multiple ports that are out there. Okay, but there are some few ports that are always free. For example, the 3000 port, the 8000 port, the 8080 port. All these ports are always free on a computer itself. So a good thumb rule is to use only these ports. You can use multiple other ports as well, but what will happen is if that port is already in use, it will hinder your computer. That is the reason why I always prefer using a port that is by default free. Okay, by default it is free. Omkar, I've already told you what is the requirement of using semicolons. If you're not paying attention in the class, then you will not know about it. So I hope, Omkar, if you were there present from the start of the bootcamp itself, you already know the answer. If you were not present in the class from the start, I think so that is very bad and there's some problem that is there, right? So please make sure that you are listening to me. See, why is the bootcamp of 7 days? Right? Why is the bootcamp of 7 days, not just one day itself? Because there is multiple different things that I'm teaching you every single day. If you are not paying attention every single day, you will just be missing out on things. And in the last of the bootcamp, you'll not be able to understand anything. You will feel that, okay, this is very simple, very easy. I will skip on the class itself. But at the end of the day, when you're coming at the end of the bootcamp, you will not be able to understand anything. So if you are there from the start of the class, I'm not teaching you guys anything new. Whatever concepts that I've taught to you guys, I'm just trying to build upon that concepts itself, making sure that your base is solid. But if you're not listening to me, then your base will absolutely be shit. Okay. So please make sure that you guys are listening to me properly. Okay. So like I said, guys, right over here, you are having a port through which your backend code is actually listening. So let's assume that this port that we are choosing is the 8000 port. Okay, we are choosing the 8000 port right over here, guys. So your backend code, okay, your backend code, this Express.js, okay, this Express.js that is there is continuously listening. Your app, let us not call it as Express.js, let us call it as the app, okay. Your app will be continuously listening to this port. Okay, if any kind of get request or any kind of post request is coming to this particular port itself, your app will then be using all the code, okay, all the code that it is written in the backend to send a response back. What to do if that particular request comes into place itself. So right now we need to make sure that our app is continuously listening on the port 8000, guys. Okay, our app is continuously listening on the port 8000. So we are going to write a particular line of code, guys. App.listen, okay, app.listen itself, and this particular port is listen is going to listen on the port 8000, guys. Okay, our app is continuously going to listen on the port 8000. This is a very basic code that I've written. I've required Express. I've created an app right over here, and I've told that app to listen on the port 8000. That's it. That's all that we have done right over here, guys. Okay, that's all that we have done right over here. Are you guys able to understand it? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand it? Nothing new, nothing too fancy. I've just told my app to listen on the port 8000 for any kind of requests that are coming in. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Now to run this particular code, we are going to go back to shell. Okay, we are going to go further to CD, and we are going to go into our intro to Node. Okay, and okay, this time the lag was from my end, guys. I hope so that there is no more lag that is there. Okay, this time the lag was from my end. I've corrected it. There will be no more lag from now onwards. Okay, so this time the lag was from my end, guys. Now there will be no more lag. You don't have to worry about it. Are you guys able to listen to me properly? Please let me know. It won't be lagging from now onwards, guys. Are you guys able to listen to me properly? Please let me know. This time the lag was from my end. Okay, so now there will be no more lag. Okay, I've changed my network as well, so there will be no more lag from the entire class. Okay, so make sure that you guys are listening to me carefully. There will be no more lag right now. I'm extremely sorry, the lag was from my end itself. So I've made sure that there will be no more lag for the rest of the class. So let's continue from right over there itself, guys. Let me just cd into our intro to Node folder itself. Right over here, we are going to start off with our index.js file. So I'm going to run it. So node index.js. Okay, that is how we will be running it. As you're able to see right over here, okay, the web browser popped up. I'm just going to open it up in a new window. As you're able to see, we are getting a particular thing on our website saying cannot get /. Okay, when I'm trying to access our website, we are getting cannot get /, guys. We'll be talking about this. What is the meaning behind it? Why is it coming up right over here? But just to make sure that the other things are also done properly, if you guys look at our terminal, you guys are able to see that after I'm running node index.js, it feels as if our terminal has hanged. I'm not able to understand whether our server is running or not. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. After running node index.js, I'm not able to see if my code is actually working or not. It feels as the terminal has hanged right over here. Maybe if some kind of message I was able to deliver right over here that, okay, the server is running on port 8000 or something like that, I would understand that, okay, it's fine, the server is actually running. For that, let us close our server. Let us close our server. Let us go back to our code itself. Let us change something. Inside of this, I want to send a message that every time our server starts running, our app starts listening to the port 8000, there should be a message, there should be a console.log that should happen inside of the terminal saying the server has started on port 8000. Are you guys able to understand it? every time my server starts running, every time my app starts listening on the port 8000, a message should pop up inside of my terminal saying the server has started on the port 8000 itself. Now to do that, I'm going to use something called as an anonymous callback function, guys. We have already learned about functions, right? We have already learned about functions, right? Nothing new right over there. Are you guys able to remember what is a function? You guys remember that? Please let me know. Now, what do you mean by the term anonymous in normal English, guys? Could you guys let me know? What is the meaning of the term anonymous in normal English? What is the meaning of the term anonymous in normal English, guys? Could you guys let me know? Unknown, the hidden name. There's no name. Okay, anonymous basically means there's no name to him, right? So whenever we are creating a function, just like we remember, function called as greeting, we created a function called as greeting. So the name of the function was greeting itself. So what if I don't give the function any name? What if I don't give the function any name? That function will be called as an anonymous function, right? For example, right over here, function function, and then we write greeting, greeting, we're having parentheses, then curly braces. This is a normal function that we are having. If I remove the name of the function, this is called as an anonymous function, guys. It's called as an anonymous function. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are going to, so first, like I said, anonymous callback function. Now, what do you mean by a callback? Okay. What do you mean by a callback? We know that whenever we want to use a function, we use the name of the function and call it that, okay, Coco, come and help me. Okay, Coco, come and protect me itself. So we're using the name of the function to call it. But right over here, what we want is that this function should only get executed whenever app starts listening on the port 8000. So we're going to put up a comma. We're going to put up a function right over here. We're going to put up parentheses, then curly braces. And this is what we call as an anonymous callback function, guys. Okay, anonymous callback function. So we're going to write console.log and then the server started on the port 8000. Okay, so here what I've done is I've created an anonymous callback function, guys. Okay, anonymous callback function. There is no name to this function, right? Why is there no name? I can give it a name, guys. I can give it a name. I can give it a name as Andi Bandi Sandi. There's no issues in that. I can give it any name that you want. But the problem is that we are never going to reuse this function at any particular point of time. What is the main cause of creating a function? To use the function at any other particular point of time itself, right, guys? Right over here, we are never going to use it again. It is only going to run in the case when the app starts listening on the port 8000. That is the reason why we are creating an anonymous function. Why? Because naming a function right over there, we cannot use that name again at any particular point of time because we are never going to use it. So why to give it a name? If you are ever going to meet a particular person just once in your lifetime itself, you are never going to remember his name itself. So why to give him a name? Just like let it be anonymous. I met that guy wearing that black t-shirt once. It's the same thing right over here as well, guys. Okay, so this port 8000, we are creating this function that is having a console.log. The server started on port 8000. Whenever this particular line gets executed, app.listen gets executed, our function will be called at that particular point of time. So it is an anonymous callback. Okay, we are calling the function back whenever this executes. So this is the reason why this type of functions are called as an anonymous callback function, guys. This type of functions are called as an anonymous callback function. Let us save this. Let us go to our shell. Let's just rerun our code once again. As you're able to see, this time we are getting a message inside of our terminal itself. The server has started on port 8000. Are you guys able to see this? Please do let me know. The server has started on port 8000. So we are able to see our message right over here, whatever we had written. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Good. Amazing, guys. So let's go back to our page. As you're able to see, when I'm trying to access our page itself. So this is now as a normal user. Okay, this is not the backend. Okay, this is a normal user right over here, guys. I'm not the backend anymore. As a normal user, when I'm trying to access my web page, I'm getting this particular website called as cannot get /. What is the reason for that? Okay, the reason for that is because inside of the backend, we haven't written the code to handle the case when we are getting a get request. whenever our app is getting a GET request, what to do at that particular point of time? What should I do? I have not written it right over here. I have not written the code for it. Due to that particular reason, whenever a normal user is trying to access the website, it is showing that the current backend cannot accept a GET request at the / location. The current backend code cannot help you out with a GET request, that because I'm trying to get all the files and trying to get some information from the server by accessing this particular website itself. So in that particular case, when I'm trying to access the / location, now what is this / location? The root of your website, guys. The root of your website, the home of your website itself. For example, when I go to google.com, okay, when I go to google.com, guys, if I'm going to google.com right over here, so this is called as the home of the website. Then there will be google.com/images. Okay, there will be google.com/about us. There will be google.com/contact us. There will be google.com/ let's assume what can be there, some search that you are doing right now. So there are many different pages that are there. This is the root of the website. Right now, the website that we are trying to access right over here, the website that we are trying to access right over here is the root of the website itself, guys. That's the root of the website. So there is no particular method of handling a GET request in the backend at the root of the website itself. So let us go back right over there, guys. Let us go back and let us create a particular method which can handle a GET request, guys. So app, whenever the app gets a GET request, okay, whenever the app gets a GET request at the root of the website, okay, where is it getting the GET request? At the root of the website itself. Okay, then again we'll be creating an anonymous callback function, guys. That is what is going to happen. So whenever the app gets a GET request at the root of the website, this is what you have to do. So we'll be creating an anonymous function once again. So funcgin function parenthesis curly braces right over here. Okay. So right over here, I've created an anonymous callback function. This function is going to take in two arguments, guys. The request request and the response response. Okay, the request and the response. Okay, this function is going to take in two arguments right over here, the request and the response that is already created by Express for us. We don't need to create request and response. It's already created that for us. So we don't need to write request and response completely. You can just write req and res. Okay, we don't want to write it. We don't want to make our code very big. So we're going to create it req and res right over here. Should we always get or post request before the listen part, sir? Yes, of course, because that is how the entire coding. See, in coding, you need to make sure that your code is well organized. So this listen aspect is one of the things that you're never going to touch once you have created it. What you're going to move further, what you're going to work upon is the get and the post requests itself. So that will come up on the top because that is what you're going to work with at multiple times. So can one port respond to multiple calls simultaneously? Yes, of course, they can definitely do that. That is the reason why millions of people are able to access a website. If one server is able to cater to just one particular person, then how will that scale up, right? Google will require billions of servers right over there. It's just not feasible, right? One server can, depending upon the nature of the server, a server can access, can manage up to 1 lakh users just via one server itself. Okay, very easily. So, so why can't we write console.log even it is a function? No, console.log is not a function. It is a statement. Okay, like right over here, this is a function, but this, try to understand it in such a way. Console.log is not exactly a function. It's a method. Inside of console, you're having the log method that you're using right over there. Alert and prompt are functions. These are methods. Okay, function is just to make sure that this app runs this function whenever it is listening on that particular port. Similar to that, whenever we are getting a get request, this function gets executed whenever it gets a get request at any particular point of time at the root of the website. Okay, so this particular get function, let us send a file itself. So response.send. Okay, response.send, we are going to send hello world to our website. Okay, we are going to send hello world to our website, guys. So what we have created right over here is that we are having a get. So this app, whenever it receives a get request at the root of the website, this function is going to get called, and this function is going to respond back by sending hello world. This particular function is going to respond back by sending hello world text to our website itself, guys. So if we go back to our website, and we need to restart our server. So let's restart our server once again, guys. So every time you make any change, you will have to restart your server with the new changes. Every time you're making any change to your server, you will have to restart your server every single time, so that changes get reflected right over there. Okay, so we are going to go back to our website itself. We are going to reload our page. As you're able to see, instead of getting cannot get / we are getting this message hello world on our websites. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. How is this code will run when it is hosted on remote server rather than local server? Kavita, if you are not able to see this, this is actually a remote server itself. It is already deployed. Even you guys can access this particular server. I'm providing you guys the link to the server itself. You guys can even access this server, guys. I'm pinning the server up. You guys can access this website right now. You guys can access this website right now. This is a hosted server. This is already deployed for you. We are not working locally. One of the best use cases of using Code Sandbox or Replit is that it is already deployed. Your website is already deployed for you. Anybody and everybody can use your website, whatever you are creating at any particular point of time. Even you guys can use it, but only up till and unless I am keeping the server running. As soon as I close the server, you will also not be able to access the website. Okay, as soon as I go back to my website, okay, if I go back and I close the server right over here, okay, I will close the server right now, you will not be able to access it. Give me a second, guys. हाँ भाई, हाँ भाई, घर पे, हाँ आजा आजा, हाँ हाँ भाई, जाने कौन दे रहा है तेरे को? चल भाई. So like I already said, guys, as soon as I close the server, now you guys won't be able to access the website. If you try to access the website, you will get an error. Okay, if you go back, if you try to access the website itself, you get an error. Now if I'm trying to access the website, I'm getting an error because our entire server is down. I've closed the server itself. The server is not working. Okay, the server is not working right now, so you will not be able to access the website itself. But this is a very big problem, right, guys? Every time you want to use a server, okay, every time you want to use a server itself, you or you want to write some changes in your code, you are changing something in your code, you have to stop your server, restart your server every single time. Okay, every single time you are making some changes to your backend. It's a very big headache, guys. This is a very big headache. Are you able to see this? Every time I want to make some changes right over here, I have to go back, I have to stop my server, I have to restart my server itself. Only then it will be working. Right, guys? Please let me know. So to handle this for us, to monitor our changes and restart our server according to that, we're going to use something called as NodeMon, guys. Okay, Node Monitor. That's the full form of NodeMon. Node Monitor. It is going to monitor our code. As soon as some changes are being made, it will restart our server for us, guys. So let us search for NodeMon right over here, guys. We'll go to npm. We'll search on npm itself. NodeMon, Node NodeMon. Okay, so right over here, as you're able to see, did it work? Yeah, it worked. Okay, so as you're able to see, we are going to use npm install -g nodemon. Up till now, we were using npm install express, right? There was no -g right over there. npm install supervillains itself. Okay, right over here, we are going to use npm install -g nodemon. What is this -g? This is called as global installation. It is not just for your npm package, your current npm package. It installs it for your entire server itself. For your entire computer itself, it will install the NodeMon for you. Not just for your current package, your current project. So due to that particular reason, we are going to use -g right over here. That is called as global installation. Okay. So node install -g node mon. Okay, enter. So module not found. Did I make some spelling mistake right over here? I think so. Most probably I've done some spelling mistake right over here. I've just copied it from right over here itself. Okay, Control C, Control paste, and now it is working. So usually guys, unlike me, don't be a fool. Always copy and paste your code. Do not write it yourself. Okay, do not be a fool like me. Always make sure that whenever you're installing packages, just fucking copy and paste it, so that you're not installing some random ass package and then you are like, just like me, you are like, why is it not working? I did everything correctly. My code is shit. I don't know programming. Don't do that. Okay, always just copy paste stuff. There's no issues in that. Lazy is good. That's absolutely right. Okay. Great. So the next particular thing that we have to do is now to use it. Okay, how to use it, you can just look at right over here. Instead of using node, okay, right, up till now what we were doing, we were writing node express.js, right guys? We're writing node index.js. So to run a file, let me just clear it up. To run a file, we were writing node index.js. This is what we were writing up till now. To use it right now, we'll be writing node mon index.js, guys. We'll be writing node mon index.js, okay, and press enter right over here. As you're able to see, to restart any particular blah 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 blah, watching paths, watching extensions, starting node index.js, the server has started on port 8000. We are getting that our server has started running on port 8000. Let us create another part inside of our code, guys. Let us create another path inside of our code, guys. Okay, so let's copy paste this entire stuff. I don't want to write it once again, so we'll copy paste this entire stuff right over here. I'm handling a get request at the /about about us page. Okay, I'm getting a get request at /about page. I'm going to send a message. Hi, welcome to DevTown. Okay, welcome to DevTown. I made some changes right over here, guys. As you're able to see, I made a new change inside of our code itself, inside of our backend code itself, guys. And as you're able to see, according to these changes itself, now I'm able to handle a get request coming at another path, that is the /about path. Okay, the /about path, guys, and I'm sending a message, hi, welcome to DevTown. As soon as I press Control S, guys, as soon as I save it, okay, I saved my backend right over here. Inside my terminal, as you're able to see, restarting due to changes, starting node index.js. So whatever changes I'm making, I don't have to stop my server and restart it. Nodemon is monitoring my code and immediately restarting my server itself, guys. If I go back to my code, okay, if I go back to my code itself right now, website, sorry, not code, website. If I'm reloading my page, as you're able to see, everything is working fine. At the root of the website, I'm getting the hello world printed off my screen. Now, along with the URL, I'm going to write /about about. Okay, /about. I'm going to write it to my URL. And as you're able to see, I'm getting a new website, a new page. Inside of it, I'm getting hi, welcome to DevTown. So I'm able to cater to the get request of both my root of the website as well as /about page as well. Right? Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? I've not done anything new, guys, right over here. Whatever we had learned right over here, I'm using it here itself. Nothing new, guys. Nothing new. Okay. Now the next particular question is, but we are never going to send in like some text, basic as text itself. We're going to send in HTML files, right? We're going to send in HTML files itself, right, guys? Please let me know. We're going to send in HTML files at any particular point of time, right? So we cannot send just like a simple text right over here, right? We cannot send a simple text right over here. We need to send an entire file. For that, we are having another method of response that is called as response.send file, guys. There's a little confusion in Nodemon. Again, Nodemon is just so that you, every time you're making any changes right over here, you don't have to stop your server and restart it. Nodemon does that for you. Nodemon automates this very simple task for you. Very simple task, guys. Okay. So what we're going to do right now itself, guys, is that we are going to learn. Okay, we are going to learn how to send an entire file, an HTML file inside, instead of just a normal text, guys. Instead of just a normal text. App crashed, waiting for files changes before starting. Rakshit, if you are coding along with me, you have just missed on 3-4 steps itself. That is the reason why you're getting this error. Wait for it. Wait for the class to get over, then do it. You're not listening to me. You have just skipped on 2-3 steps. That is the reason why you're getting this message. Okay, there's nothing else to it. Okay, there's nothing else to it, guys. So right now, guys, before continuing further, we have a lot to study. Okay, we are not ending the class right over here. We have a lot to study. I'm giving you guys the attendance link right now. You will be having 5 minutes to fill out your attendance link right now itself, guys. The attendance link will be closed exactly at 8:19, and then we'll be continuing with the class. We'll be continuing with the class. The attendance link will be closed exactly at 8:19, guys. Okay, then we'll be continuing with the class. If you want to fill up your attendance, fill up your attendance. If you want to take a break of 5 minutes, take a break of 5 minutes. Then we'll be continuing with the class itself. Okay, so please start filling up your attendance. The attendance will be closed exactly at 8:19. The attendance will be closed exactly at 8:19, guys. So what's your opinion on industrial certification exams like AWS Cloud Practitioner and Azure Fundamentals AZ900? Do not do that. The reason for that is very simple. If the company requires it, they will make you do it for free. You don't even have to pay anything for these certifications. If the company that you are selected in, the company needs to get your knowledge. If you have the knowledge, you will get selected for the position. If you don't have the knowledge, even with the certificate, you're not going to get selected for the position. Once you enter into the company, if they require this certification, they will make you do it for free. You don't even have to pay for it. Do not do these type of certifications right now when you are in college. Okay, we are all learning all this code on online sites, but for professional use, what sites will be using and how will you teach us to actually launch and publish our website? Okay, so Azhar, I will definitely suggest we are having one more bootcamp that is there on cloud computing. Okay, so we will be having a bootcamp on cloud computing right over here. So in cloud computing, you will be able to learn how to publish your websites for whatever reason that you want. So as you are able to see, we are having so many different bootcamps that are there. The cloud computing bootcamp, I think so, hasn't been scheduled yet, but it is going to start very soon. So you can definitely enroll into the cloud computing bootcamp. There you will be able to understand how to publish our backend code, how to publish our front end code inside of AWS directly for professional use. For this, yes, it is just to make sure that whatever websites that you are creating, it is for your resume itself, so anybody is able to handle it. So tomorrow is Eid, we will get off or not? So I know that. Okay, I'm still in touch with some of my friends that are from the community, and they have said that they will be informing me tomorrow itself whether there should be a holiday tomorrow or not. Because what I'm able to understand is, depending upon the moon phases, it is Eid. Like, it is not officially Eid yet tomorrow. It is depending upon the phases of the moon itself. So if the moon is visible only, then there is Eid tomorrow. Otherwise, it is day after tomorrow or something like that. So depending upon what is the case, you guys will be getting a message. So maybe tomorrow, okay? Maybe tomorrow it might be a holiday due to Eid, or maybe day after tomorrow. I'm not very sure, but whatever the stuff is, we'll be letting you guys know on the WhatsApp groups. It is official now. It is visible. See, I don't know. Okay, whatever the confirmation is, I have still not received the confirmation. Okay, so depending upon, like I said, guys, I'm not very proficient with what is going on, and what usually happens is that students take up this opportunity to spread some fake news as well, to finalize that yes, we need a holiday tomorrow. So I can't say for sure whether there is a holiday tomorrow or not, but if there is Eid tomorrow, yes, we'll be having a holiday. Of course, there is no questions in that. Okay, so depending upon what is the scenario tomorrow, whatever information is rallied up to me, depending upon that, there will be a holiday tomorrow. But if it is there or not, that will be told you guys. So for those guys who are not on the WhatsApp groups, or those guys who are not on the Telegram channel, please join that on an immediate basis itself. Okay, from there you will be able to get the information whether there is a class tomorrow or not, guys. Okay, like I've already said, if there is Eid tomorrow, you guys will be getting your holiday. You don't have to worry about it, right? I'm not saying that it is not going to be there, right? I'm just saying that once I will be able to get the confirmation that yes, there is a Eid from my team. Okay, depending upon that, it will be your holiday. Okay. So don't worry about it. We have holidays on all the big occasions for every single person. We have holidays on Good Friday. We have holidays on Holi, Diwali. We have holidays on Eid. So you don't have to worry about it, guys. Okay, just make sure that you are here for the study aspect itself, not for anything else. Okay. Okay, great, guys. So let's continue from right over there, guys. Let's continue from right over there. Like I said, guys, now we need to identify, instead of sending a normal text itself, we want to send the entire file, guys. We want to send the entire file. So what we are going to do is, instead of using send, we are going to use send file method. So let's first create our HTML file itself, right? Let's first create our HTML file. Let's create a new tab, and we'll create a new shell. Okay, so right over here, guys, what I've done is I've clicked on this particular plus button on the top, guys. Okay, on the top, are you guys able to see this particular plus button? Please let me know. Naveen, it's absolutely possible. Again, it's not just a 11-week program, right? It's a lifetime access. But usually our students take 3 to 4 months to complete the program. You don't have to worry about it. The concepts and everything are taught to you guys from the most beginning, at most scratch. You don't have to worry about it. So just click on this plus button right over here, guys, and then scroll down below and select your shell from right over here, guys. I just selected secrets. Again, just select shell from right over here, guys. Inside of this, what we have to do is we have to create a new file. So first cd into intro to node. Okay, cd into intro to node, guys. Here we are going to create a new file called as index.html, guys. We are going to create a new file called as index.html. Okay, so how to create a new file, guys, inside of the shell? Could you guys let me know how to create a new file inside of shell? Pujit Singh is asking, sir, can you share the notes for these classes? Pujit, notes is called as notes because that is a personal thing. You have to create the notes. I'm here for the teaching. You have to create your own notes right over there. Okay, so TOUCH touch index.js. Okay, and then we are going to do ls. As you're able to see, we are able to see our index.js right over here. So we'll just open up the index.js. Did I just create another index.js? Wow. I'm so smart, man. I'm so smart. So smart, Shaurya. So smart. I had to create index.html. I created index.js, guys. So very smart person. So touch index.html, guys. Okay, we have to create index.html. Let me just delete the index.js first of all. We don't actually need it. So let me find the index.js that we don't need. We are having our old index.js. I'm not able to see the new index.js. I don't think so. It has been created. It's fine. Okay. So right over here, guys, we are going to go into ls. And we're going to go into index.html for us, guys. Okay, index.html right over here. I'm just going to write a very simple code itself. Okay. I'm just going to write a very simple code right over here. Okay, why is this not happening? Usually on the enter it used to happen. No issues. I'll just create the code once again. No issues in that. So let me create the code once again, guys. HTML. Then I'll create the head. I'll create the title. In the title, my first site. Create the body right over here. I'll write in tag. This is it's okay. So I'm just created a very simple index.html file, guys. You don't have to learn HTML right over here, guys. Okay, it is not at all important right over here. Okay, so you don't have to understand what I've done right over here, guys. Just understand that I've created a file called as index.html with some code, with some HTML code inside of it. Okay, I've just created a normal index.html file with some code inside of it. That's it. That is what you need to understand. Are you guys able to understand it? Please let me know, guys. That is all that you need to understand. I've just created a normal file with called as index.html with some HTML code inside of it, guys. Now I'm going to go back to my index.js, and instead of sending this hello world, I'm going to send a file, guys. So send file. Okay, I'm going to send a file right over here, and that file is going to be our index.html, guys. That file is going to be our index.html. Let us see if this works or not. Let us see if this works or not, guys. Let me check the shell. Getting some error. Type a path must be absolute or specific to root file. Okay. So what is happening right over here, guys? If I try to open up my website, okay, if I try to go and open up my website itself, then you will be able to see that it is not working for us. Okay, you will be able to see that it is not working for us. Not about. I need to go to the home page. So you will be able to see that we are getting a type error. Okay, we are getting a type error right over here, guys. As you're able to see, path must be absolute or specific root to rest.send file. So what is happening right over here is that because we are using an online platform, right? We are not coding inside of our local computer, right, guys? We're not coding inside of a normal computer itself. We are using an online platform, so it is not able to identify where our index.html file is present right now. It's not able to identify where our index.html file is present right now. So we need to give it the complete path, the exact path. For example, home, then in C drive, then in Shaurya, then in so and so and so. Then under the intro to node folder, there is the index.html file. That is how we need to send the file. So let us do one thing. Let me show you guys something. I'm going to use send once again, and we are going to send underscore dir name. Okay, underscore dir name, guys. This is what I'm going to send right now. Instead of sending the entire thing, I'm going to send underscore dir name. If I go back to my website, and reload the page, as you're able to see, this is the website, this is the path of the current directory that we are present in. The intro to node folder that we are currently present in, this is the current path to that particular folder itself. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. So underscore dir name, this particular thing that we are using right over here inside of our code, that basically sends, okay, that basically gets the path to the current directory inside of which this particular file is present. That is our intro to node folder. Then we are going to add plus /, that is a string, guys. So underscore dir name is a string. So so I can concatenate something to it. / index.js. Okay. / index.js, guys. If I'm going back to my website once again and reloading my page, as you're able to see, now I'm getting the exact path to my index.js file. I need to get it for index.html. Again, I made the same mistake. HTML. So right over here, I'm able to get the exact path to my index.html file, guys. That is home runner wall like empty disassembly, intro to node, index.html. Index.html right over here, guys. Can't we just use pwd command instead of underscore dir name? Harshit, you need to understand. pwd is a Linux command. You're not writing Linux bash code right over here. What you're writing is JavaScript code. They both are completely different from each other. They both are completely different from each other. So in JavaScript, to find the current path to the current folder that you are having, you use something called as underscore dir name. That is what you use right over there, guys. That is what you use right over there. Okay. So we are going to go back. We are going to go back to our code and we're going to send the file. Okay. We are going to send file. And this is the file that we are going to send, guys. Underscore dir name plus / index.html. Okay. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. So the send file method accepts an argument that is basically the exact path. That's the exact path to our index.html file. The file that we want to send. The file that we want to send is the exact path to it. So now if I go back to my website and reload my page, as you're able to see, this is the HTML file that is now getting sent. I'm not sending any messages right now. I'm sending the entire HTML file right over there. So please tell an appropriate site to host backend like Node.js or Next.js. Which stack is the best among these two? Of course, go for Node.js itself. And the best site, I cannot say a site, but the best possible technology out there is AWS. That is Amazon Web Services. If you want to learn that, that will be the same thing that you have to learn. Cloud computing with AWS. Okay. Those guys who have missed one attendance, you will still get your certificates, guys. We are able to understand that sometimes you're not able to attend all the 7 days. So if you miss out one attendance, there's no issues in that. Just be chill. Okay, we will take care of that. More than that, we are not going to take care of anything. Okay. Okay. Why we use touch while making the HTML or CSS file? Can't we do it without touch? Of course, Rahul, you can do that. That is just a practice to learn. Whatever we have learned in Linux, that is just to practice that. Because at the end of the day, a developer is going to spend much more time inside of the terminal rather than actually using like mouse and everything. It's actually much more faster itself, guys. Okay. So what should we do to become good web developers? Practice as much as possible. Create as many member of websites as possible. Try to make clones of various different websites that are out there. What about the request parameter in index.js file? Please reply. Guru, we are not utilizing it. That is by default, we provided with the request as well as the response. While we will be using our post method, right now we are just learning about the get method, right? Tomorrow is a holiday most probably, but day after tomorrow, what we'll be doing is we'll be learning about the post method itself. Once we have learned about the post method, there you will be utilizing the request as well. There you will be utilizing the request as well. You don't have to worry about it. Everything in its due course of time, guys. Do not worry. Okay. Okay, great, guys. Awesome. Amazing. So today, I guess many of the people have missed out their attendances that I'm able to see very easily. Okay, we started out with 2,600 attendances. Right now, we are at 1,300 attendance. So that's great. Like I said, guys, I'm going to make sure that only people who are coming to the classes, paying attention to the classes, are the only ones who are getting the certificates as well. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so are you guys able to understand what we did today? Please let me know. Are we able to understand what we have done today, guys? Please let me know. You don't need laptops for day 6 and day 7. You don't have to, from now onwards, you don't need a laptop. You can do it from your mobile phone as well. Okay, now I have a very big request from you guys. Please listen to me very carefully. Tomorrow, most probably due to Eid, it will be a holiday. I am still not sure if it is Eid or not tomorrow. So my team will be let me know about it. So as soon as I get to know about it, we'll be posting it on the WhatsApp groups as well as the Telegram channel. So most probably, there will be no classes tomorrow. If you want to check whether there is a class tomorrow or not, just go to the YouTube channel around 6 o'clock in the evening and check whether any scheduling is there or not. If there is no scheduling for tomorrow's class, that means the tomorrow's class is not there. We're continuing from day after tomorrow. Like I said, because I still don't know if there is Eid or not tomorrow, I will be taking that decision tomorrow morning itself. So, like I've already said, guys, that if there is Eid tomorrow, there will be a holiday. Okay, we'll be continuing from day after tomorrow itself. So, don't worry about it. The next particular thing that I want you guys to understand is I want a little bit of help today. So, I'm giving you guys an assignment. Whatever you guys have learned in today's class, you guys can code this from your mobile phone as well. You guys can code this from your mobile phone as well, guys. Please make sure that you guys are practicing whatever we have learned right over here, guys. Okay, whatever we have learned right over here, please practice it, guys. Practice it and come to tomorrow's class or day after tomorrow class, whatever we are having right over there. Okay, so like I've already said, guys, please practice whatever we have learned right over here. Okay, if you are from a mechanical background from BTech, I will definitely suggest that you should be taking up full stack web development itself. That will be my session. And by full stack, I mean front end, back end, DevOps, and cloud. Not one of these, all four of them itself. Okay. So please make sure, guys, that you guys are practicing everything that you have learned in today's class. We'll be meeting in the next class itself, guys. So tomorrow, most probably, it will be a holiday. Make sure that you are celebrating Eid. Make sure that you are harmonious. Make sure that you are enjoying the day as well. I've just told my team to bring me some biryani. That's all. So I'm very happy for that. So like I've already said, guys, just make sure that guys are enjoying. You guys are peaceful with each other. Live a harmonious life. It's a community of humans itself at the end of the day. So make sure that you guys are enjoying your day as well. And please, even though it's a festival, even though it's a holiday from our end, that does not make it a day when you're not coding. Okay, so make sure that is the assignment that I'm giving you guys. Whatever we have learned today, make sure you are practicing it tomorrow. Just give half an hour, 15 minutes, 25 minutes as well out of your entire day. Okay, make sure that you are programming, make sure you are practicing, because at the end of the day, no matter what you learn in any course, in any boot camp, how much you come to every single boot camp that DevTown is organizing right over here, you won't be able to gain any knowledge out of it if you're not practicing. Programming is all about practice itself, guys. Programming is all about practice. Make sure you're practicing out there. I have high hopes from you guys itself. Okay, so please make sure that you guys are practicing. Make sure you are learning right over there. Please code tomorrow as well. And thank you so much, guys. I will be continuing from day after tomorrow. Okay, and we'll be continuing from right over there. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day ahead. And Eid Mubarak to everybody as well. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye, guys. Bye.